Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jomo Show, and welcome back to Rate That Album. Now, we did the first Rate That Album over Mercury Act 1, which is the latest Imagine Dragons album. And this week, we're doing one of your comments. This is Woody's comment. I have seen him in the chat. And it is John Billion, The Human Condition. Now, I only knew one song from this album before listening to it, and that is All Time Low, which is probably his most popular song, I would have to guess. I have listened to the album in whole 3 times now, so I'm at a stage where I'm pretty familiar with the songs, but not completely familiar. Some notes. I'm not going to be able to go as in-depth as the last one, just because I'm not as familiar with the songs. And, I mean, obviously just looking at the title, I might have to think a little bit of what it kind of sounds like, but I enjoy it. But yeah, I kind of like this because it's kind of why I did it, because it's music that I haven't heard. I'm sorry, who's Woody? I've only seen comments from a Jacob Woodrum. Good joke, Mandy. Jesus. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. I like how it's new music that, I haven't heard. Maybe you haven't heard. So let's get into it. First off, album or the art is fire. So let's get into it. He Is the Saying is the first track. Vocals 4.5 out of 5. Music 4.9 out of 5. Starts out with like a beeping noise, which is really cool because that's how it ends as well. And I kind of like albums that you kind of have to listen to it all in order to get, like it links up from the beginning to the end, which is pretty cool. It does like a beatbox thing, and I'm all for beatbox. So the beat, fire. I would say it'd be like the meaning. It's like a 2.2 or 2.3, and then the other side is 2.2, 2.3. As far as the sound, he is a very good one. I like it. He does some rapping, some singing. But yeah, very talented guy. And very cool way to start an album. I think it really gets your attention. So, first song, 9.4. And the next song, 80s Films. Very catchy tune. I highly recommend listening to the song. It's got like a different feel. He kind of does this a lot in a couple of these songs. And I kind of like the What's Maddie? Exactly. I know Mandy. Woody. I know Mandy. But it's just like a different feel, and I kind of, oh, what's up? I got it. I got you. But it's just a different feel. I mean, I kind of dig it. Very good song. Very, very vibey. I didn't feel like I could give it the 10. So it's 4.9 out of 5. Obviously, still very good. Coming in at 9.9. But I mean, probably as far as the music goes, this is probably either tied for first or my favorite musical music out of all these songs. Very good song. And then All Time Low, probably the song that all of you know, that I knew. It's a 10. I got it in playlist on my Spotify. Really good song. Also another thing, just because he does this in the song, I like when songs go from like playing only in your right ear to the left ear, and it like switches back and forth. I'm sure that has a word, but I mean, obviously this song has that. Yeah, just great song. Um, Another thing that is kind of interesting is that like the '80s film is kind of like a love song, and then this song is kind of like a breakup sad song. Um, so like he's kind of going back and forth. That's probably why he titled it "The Human Condition" because that's kind of what humans go through. So I kind of like just switching back and forth from what you're feeling. He gets real deep in songs, and sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad. Sometimes, like in this song, it's kind of a happy sounding song, but then kind of a sad meaning. So I kind of dig it. So we started off hot, but then we kind of take a dip. Um, the New York Soul Part 2. Now, I don't know if I needed to listen to Part 1 to make it kind of sound or make it fit more, but basically the song has like it's John's part, that's like the chorus. It's like a really pretty chorus about New York, and then it like switches immediately to like a rap part. And I'm not against rap. Like the lyrics and the sound like were good. That's why I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 on vocals. But like there was just like an transition from like it would be like slow synthesizers in the chorus and then immediately go to like a rap beat. I wasn't the biggest fan of that, to be honest. Um, but still, the rapping was good, and the flow in the rap was good, but it didn't really mesh in with the sounds of the song. That you put that into words way better than what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Woody. Yeah, I think if they were like separated, like if you almost took like the chorus and put different lyrics to it, it would be a better song. And then if you took the rapping part and put a different chorus to it, it would be a really good song. Um, but yeah, 7.5. Vocals still good. Music not so good. And speaking of dips, Woody might not like this. Fashion. Um, I don't know if there's a hidden meaning to this song. Um, but it kind of just talks about clothes the whole time. And if you can't tell, I mean, I'm wearing a shirt from my sophomore year of high school and just regular gray Under Armour pants. I'm not really into fashion, so I don't know if it's like I just I didn't really hook up to this. Yeah, I don't really relate to the song very well. I'm trying to think. Like I said, I've only listened to it 3 times, so I'm trying to think of what the music was like. But I apparently didn't like it as well. I gave it a 2.5. Oh, I think it's kind of like a symphony sounding song, if I can remember correctly. And I'm not really into that stuff. But basically, like the 3.1 of the vocals is like basically all of his voice because I really like his voice, even in a song that I don't really care for the lyrics. I still enjoyed his voice in the song. Very good voice, but the song just didn't click for me, so it came out of 5.6. So there's the dip, but then we come right back up with another 10, with maybe I don't know. Um, as far as meaning to the song, it's kind of like a be present, don't care about what's going wrong song, which I kind of like that. And this was a song that, like, the first few times, or like the first 2 times that I listened to it, I was like, okay, I can kind of get into this. And then as I was filling out my Google Slides presentation and I listened to it, I was like, the song is dope. Music just like makes you want to head bob, and it's one of those catchy songs that just stays in your head. I mean, I think there's a guitar solo. Don't quote me on that, but if there is, that's probably what out of 5 on music. But very good meaning of the song, very good vocals, obviously, because he's very good sounding in music, 5 out of 5. For the second, 10. Something that we did not see in the first Rate That album. 2 10 out of 10s. Shocking. And then 7th track is titled Woke the Fuck Up. It's kind of, if I can remember correctly, it's like I realized that this person in my life means a lot more than I have realized so far. So, very deep meaning. Music, I think there's another not goofy, I shouldn't say goofy. I think there's a guitar solo. I said don't quote me on that, Mandy. Jesus. But I think I think the reason that I have music at 4.8, there's a weird breathing thing, which I'm not totally against. I'm not totally for at the same time. But it is kind of a interesting beat too. It's still at 4.8 because it's obviously good. But yeah, very good song. Very good meaning, even though it might be misleading. Which, I mean, it surprised me because I saw the title and I was like, well, usually don't see many songs with the curse word in it, but it actually had pretty good deep meaning. Onto the 8th track, Overwhelming. This song has the catchiest chorus out of all songs on this album. That's why vocals are 5 out of 5. And it was another case scenario where I didn't really think it was completely out of 10. So I kind of had to knock something down. So I picked music, but I mean, I've been singing the chorus in my head forever. I'm not going to sing it now because one of my all-time favorite songs. Yeah, I'm with you. Good song. Very, very catchy. Another very good meaning. Lyrically, he's very smart, and obviously his vocals are very good, but I like the writing of his music. But yeah, just be aware. If you listen to this song, you're going to be singing the thing that I'm thinking of right now. And you're going to know what it is once you hear it for the first time. And now, Wait for the World. Now, this song is at a 9.4. And if I'm being honest, it probably could have been at a 9.8 or higher. But there is a really awkward rapping part at the end by a guy named Black Keys. I kind of just wish they would have ended the song before the rap part. I mean, the rap was still good, but the song was so good, and the music was so good. And then, like, it just seemed like they just threw the rap part in, and I just didn't feel like they needed it. So it would have been higher if the rap part wasn't in there. But since it is 9.4. Now, 10 is The Good in Me. The song is interesting, especially if you're educated in music, because it's in a pulse of 3. So it's different. It kind of took me some listening. Like, I had to listen to it a few times to get the feel. I like the feel. It's at 9.8, so I obviously liked it. Both 4.9s. Basically every song, I mean, is basically maxed out for his sound. Like, vocals wise, because he's very, very good. But yeah, 9.8, very good song. The Good. And then Morning in America. This is the song that he kind of goes dark in, and I kind of really like it. He opens up a lot, I feel, in the song when you listen to it, or if you listen to it, which you should. You're gonna tell that he opens up, and that's why vocals are 5 out of 5. Music 4.9. Yeah, gets pretty deep. Let's just say that. Also, another song that has a very catchy chorus. So yeah, be sure to check out that song. And then 12, I Robot. Um, there's a really weird part in this song where he says like I'm a robot, and then they do like a weird robot noise. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Um, I know later on they keep the music going as you do that, but not the biggest fan of it. I like the meaning of the song, but music wasn't horrible, but it kind of missed a little bit. So 4.6 for vocals, 0.2 for music, brings us a total of 8.8 for. And now Guillotine. I believe Guillotine is like a submission hold around the neck area, maybe in martial arts. And then this song, yeah, I wrote this down. Features Travis Mendez. I don't know if anyone knows who that is, but features that person. I think it has the line of like you're like a knife in the woods. Oh, there's something like that. A very good quote, even though I can't remember it right now. Like a knife in the woods. I can't remember. Sorry. But yeah, Guillotine. Pretty, I mean, just missing 0.5 and 0.6 points, so total of 8.9. It's still a decent song. You know, kind of starting to round up the album. We have Hand of God outro. I'm assuming it's kind of like Hand of God is on its own, and then it goes toward the outro. But that's what I meant by like how the album, like from start to finish, it like completes a full circle. I don't really want to spoil anything for you, but you basically have to. Knife in the Woods is from Good in Me, I think. You might be right. Yeah, you might be right. I should have wrote that down. But very good quote. Nevertheless, even though I had the wrong song, like I said, I might not know these songs as well. And that's a classic example. But Hand of God, another good meaning song. Very good music throughout. And then I strongly advise you to just listen through the entire album through, so then you get the full effect of the outro. I don't really want to spoil anything because I want you guys to experience it firsthand. So then we have our rankings, top to bottom. We have all time low. Maybe I don't know what tied first. Then 3 tied at third was 80s films, overwhelming Morning in America. 6 The Good. 7 outro. 8 Woke the Fuck Up. Tied at 9 was He Is the Same, Weight of the World. 11 was Guillotine. 12 iRobot. 13 New York Soul Part 2. And 14, which got cut off by me, Fashion. And then average of 9.16. Obviously, Fashion and New York Soul Part 2 kind of brought that down. But still, very, very good album overall. Technically gets like A minus. And then just a few little misses for me. That doesn't mean you guys won't like it though. So I strongly advise listening to this album. I think looking on Spotify, it looked like it might have been his first album maybe, and it was in 2016. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that he was the all-time low guy, which I'm sure he is tired of hearing at this point. But I mean, I knew that song. So yeah, there is The Human Condition by John Bellion, or I think that's how you say it. I don't know. If you guys have any more albums that you want me to check out, leave them in the comments, either here or Instagram. Um, that makes you have to follow my Instagram, right? It's down in the description. Please like, subscribe. 9.16 out of 10 album, 10 out of 10 review. Joseph, thank you, Woody. And let's all have a round of applause for Woody for commenting this album. Very good album. I enjoyed listening to it. I would love to keep listening to new music that you guys comment. And until I see you guys again, which will be, I guess I won't see you. I'll see you in the Pokemon card opening. So from like a week ago when I filmed it, that Joe, this Joe, present Joe will not see you. Past Joe will see you on probably Saturday/Sunday, somewhere in there. So yeah, be sure to check that out. And I'll see you guys